Welcome back on Peelers. Tonight I have Max Gerstman here to talk with me about TNH, one of the largest student-run advertising agencies in the country. Max, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I'm a big fan.
Awesome. Well, let's start off with TNH. Tell me about it.
Sure. Well, I believe that we're the largest student-run advertising agency in the world. Right now we're up to 14 clients, mostly businesses and nonprofit organizations run in New York, but one of them goes as far to doing work in India.
Wow.
And we have about 120 students working with us this semester. And it's really a great opportunity for them to get practical experience working in the advertising industry during the semester.
Awesome. And you are a managing editor, or managing director rather. What exactly do you do in that role?
Sure. So on an advertising team, you have a job called the account manager, which puts you in charge of the team in terms of directing the strategy and the creative for that team. What I do is then I'm in charge of all of the account managers. We have a total of 16 for the 14 accounts.
Okay.
And I just make sure that they're on their stuff and keep up the good work with everyone else in the agency.
Gotcha. And so you are technically a junior, but you're graduating soon, correct?
Yeah, it's coming up so quickly.
So you're graduating in 3 years. Have you been involved since freshman year?
I joined sophomore year.
Okay.
We do an awesome program for first semester TNH members called the Greenhouse, where we give you a project of a big client. This semester it was the Amazon Echo. And they get to practice doing everything in the advertising business, going from strategy to media planning to creative executions. And it was really awesome to see people that don't have that much education yet in the business really grow up in this program. And we just saw their presentations earlier this week, and they were phenomenal.
Wow. So you mentioned the Amazon Echo. That's, obviously a huge client. There's another one too. Google, you guys are working with too, correct?
Sure. We're doing something called the Google Online Marketing Challenge. And for that, for monetary reasons, we're working with a nonprofit called Laughing Man. And you mentioned Hugh Jackman earlier. He's actually one of the executive board members of Laughing Man. It's a nonprofit coffee shop in Tribeca in Manhattan. And what they do is they buy coffee beans from Africa, and then all of the profits from their coffee shop go back to Africa, because the idea behind it is that when the founder went there, he decided that people didn't laugh enough because their lives were too serious and too stressful. So he wanted to ease that up a little bit, and that was his inspiration.
Wow, that's so interesting. Well, they have Hugh Jackman involved. Well, I guess they'll have to get Kevin Spacey now to it.
Yeah, we would love that.
All right, so let's talk about your upcoming graduation. What do you have planned after you leave this place?
Sure, I'm gonna go back to California for a couple of weeks, just because I haven't seen it in a while, and I miss it.
Why not? Would you want to go back to California?
I miss it a whole lot. So I'm gonna be there for a little bit, and then I'm gonna head back to the East Coast for a summer internship, and then after that, I'm coming back to SU for grad school.
Oh, great. So where in what school are you going to be in?
I'm going to be going to Whitman for the business analytics program. While during undergrad, I became really fascinated with AI and the impact artificial intelligence is going to have on the workplace of the future. And through the business analytics program, I think I'm going to get a lot of practical experience with that I couldn't have gotten in a lot of the undergrad programs.
Interesting. So talk more about that, the whole AI, artificial intelligence stuff. What piqued your interest about that field?
Sure. Well, I'm no expert, but honestly, it is the Siri and the Amazon Echo and the Google Home, and how that's just now being integrated into people's homes to give them assistance. I don't think it's too long before it moves into the workplace, and that computerized voice recognition software can start doing work for you. And on top of that, they're collecting an enormous amount of data. That's what Google's turned into. I mean, they were a search engine, and they tried being an email company, but they're really a data company essentially. Right. And all of that, as the technology develops, I think will really come to fruition.
Interesting, awesome. All right, well, before we take a break, talk a little bit about how TNH and how people can get involved.
Sure thing. Well, it's a little bit too late this semester, but if you follow us on any social media, we're Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, it's TNH Syracuse. and we'll send out a message at the beginning of next semester for a general interest meeting. And then you can apply for any job in the agency, whether it's media, creative strategy, account management, and you can eventually apply for my job. And we'll give you an interview, and it's awesome. Even just to interview, it's an awesome experience. But we'd love to have you.
Great, thanks so much, Max. Well, we're gonna keep you here because after the break, you, me, Sarah, Nick are gonna play a game of password. So stay tuned.
Sounds good.